So here we go. Firstly, personal choice by itself is not a valid argument ever. By this same logic of personal choice, though, you would justify eating animal products by saying, it's my personal choice to drink milk. Does that make stabbing cows in the neck good and true and correct? No, obviously not. It makes it none of those things. Personal choice by itself can never be a valid argument. Another example would be what they are doing right now, which is my personal choice to not have children because they are a loud nuisance. This is what Vegan Gains and his wife are essentially saying. The reason this argument is personal choice is because there are other solutions or choices for the nuisance. For instance, you can solve the kid's problem with a binky, or by making it laugh instead, or by introducing something interesting for the child, like a toy or something like that, okay? So, but the way Vegan Gains displays his argument is that it's a burden and a personal choice for him and Salad Goat to not partake rather than solve the burden. My argument for antinatalism is instead centered around the fact that a human or animal will be guaranteed to experience serious harm if they are born into existence. So why would you create that harm? Given the circumstances, I understand Vegan Gains and Salad Goat's discomfort, but personal choice alone is not a valid reason to make a decision at all, ever. Personal choice alone never makes something good or true or correct or even false. It is just not an argument. They simply did not understand the potential consequence of making a decision upon personal choice alone. You could ultimately justify absolutely any act or mistake of total horror by simply saying, it's my personal choice, though. That would never make your choice good or true or correct by itself. You would have to agree that someone murdering someone else was good or true or correct based on purely personal choice, which is not good, okay? So personal choice cannot be utilized as an argument, as a valid piece of reasoning ever. So number two is that there is a false dilemma. So we're on to the second part, which is technically this whole first part, but we're just going to, for the sake of explaining things, a false dilemma that is centered around the fact that only 1% of this 21-minute long video right here that Vegan Gains and Salad Goat made had any arguments that had to do with the selflessness behind not having a child. And they were purely, almost purely selfish reasons for not having a child, like burden, smelly, loud, annoying, all these other little fucking fucktarded things that don't really, they suck, but, they're not unfixable, okay? Like death is, like loss is of yourself, of loved ones, like anguish is, like pain is, like confusion, all those things, totally verbatim of every single person watching this video will experience that. Why would you make more of that by making future progeny? Okay, you have the choice after watching this video whether or not you are the progenitor of things like cancer. Okay, 50% of people, we'll just rattle off a couple more arguments for global antinatalism. 50% of people that are born will have cancer. 33% of them will die of cancer. That's a three-sided dice you roll that your future child, your future progeny, will die of cancer. So if you're going to make a child knowing these types of statistics, you should at least say that you want your child and you're okay with your child having cancer. And that, you are also okay with 50% of people having cancer and 33% of people dying of cancer, okay? So it's just insane, the things that you have to start agreeing to when you start to try to justify existence on the basis of coming into existence is always a serious harm and simply not coming into existence is not a serious harm are just astronomical. 1 out of 4 people that are born have a mental disability according to the World Health Organization. 1 in 4 people have a mental disability of some kind. That is a absurd amount of, and if you have a child, you roll a dice that says, well, I think that my child should have a 1 in 4 chance of having a mental disability. You know, you're making that choice for that child, so all I'm saying is, why would you do that? All right? When you could just experience all of the love and life-healthy feelings of attention and things that you value without making more of this potential for devastating cost of something like that, okay? I believe Vegan Gains during his video made some sort of argument about autism, but you want to really drive home these facts, okay? So you want to say, you want to draw a something that is going to not be personal, all right? Something that is going to apply to everyone and anyone that could possibly hear it, because people do make choices based on personal choice, though, unfortunately. It is absolute morondom. So we got to fix that shit to move forward with antinatalism, which is the most important and true and correct philosophy that exists for stopping suffering, pain, and anguish and loss. Okay.